My name is Chris Jackson and I'm Director of the Sutton Laboratory at Royal North Shore Hospital. I do medical research. At the stage of my career, it involves a lot of some administrative work, but mainly inventive sort of work to design experiments, look after PhD students. So I really did biomedical science originally to get good enough marks in that course to go into medicine. At the end of it though, I got really interested in research and I stayed in research ever since. Workload is self-adjustable because there's no sort of statement of duties, unlike most jobs. You produce your own workload. Like if you were to go on holidays, you could design all your workload to not happen at that time, so you're not worried about things when you come back of accumulating. A lot of my PhD students have had so varying characters, but all of them have been quite determined and interested in doing something new. I guess a PhD is required if you really seriously want to stay in research, and that way you've got the chance of becoming a group leader and sort of directing or helping out other people, taking on students to try and answer the questions which have developed along the way. It's very rewarding and it's interesting, and each day can be quite different, which doesn't happen in a lot of jobs. You can design an experiment that might answer a question that nobody else in the world knows the answer to, and that's what makes it exciting too, because you know you're doing something for the very first time, and quite often it doesn't work, or you don't get the result you wanted, and sometimes that's even more interesting. Also the fact that you're potentially helping people, because we're looking at real problems here, real issues, people with severe disease, and some things we've done can contribute to lessening that disease, or we're obviously aiming best to cure the disease. So I think there's a lot of things that I enjoy about the job, which is why I've stayed in it for so long. We've come up with something that we started in the laboratory back in 2001, which has grown enormously to go through cell culture models, animal models, which we have to do until we can actually prove that they're safe enough and effective enough to use in humans. And now we're using it in humans to treat patients who have got severe wounds that won't heal. I actually go and see the patients and talk to the patients and watch their progress, and the results are quite remarkable. It's more than I would have expected. They're great. I've got a list of things to do on the computer, a list of research, and it just keeps on growing and growing and growing. I want to answer all those questions, so I'm not going anywhere. Out of all the science type jobs, I can almost assure you that research will be the most interesting. If you or any of your friends are considering doing research, I would say give it a shot. At least do honours, and the honours year is quite good because it makes you decide whether you want to keep on going or not. So I'd highly recommend doing an honours year.